A very good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News on MTV Sports. Taking a look at your headlines. Sarath Fonseka will be released soon, President tells The Hindu. Health Ministry says that 70% of the working population in the Western Province have a high amount of fat in the blood. Chinese UN observers arrive in Syria. Now for those stories in detail, India's Hindu newspaper has reported that President Maithripala had said that former Army Commander Sarath Fonseka will be released soon. The Hindu reported that President Rajapaksa had expressed this view to the newspaper on the sidelines of a book launch in Colombo yesterday. Pressed for the reason for the delay in releasing Fonseka, President Mahinda Rajapaksa had told The Hindu that the person who tried hard to secure Fonseka's release was out of the country. Well, health authorities say that around 70% of the working population in the Western Province have a high percentage of fat in their blood. Director of Western Province Health Services Dr. Amal Harsha De Silva said that this was revealed following tests conducted on around 60,000 people. Dr. De Silva went on to note that owing to this, many people face the risk of suffering from strokes and high blood pressure. He added that the situation could be controlled if people focused on their eating habits as well as the intake of sugar. Well, patients at the Nagappa Divisional Hospital in Anuradhapura are facing difficulties owing to a shortage of doctors at the hospital. The patients point out that there has not been a single doctor on duty at the hospital over the past 3 days. Established in 1948 as the maternity hospital, the Nagappa Hospital is now a divisional hospital. 20 nurses are employed at this hospital along with one female doctor. As this doctor took leave on the 8th, 9th and 10th of this month, operations at the OPD of the hospital came to a standstill on those days. The patients charged that they face difficulties owing to the shortage of doctors who also don't have an official residence. The patients have requested the service of another doctor in order to tide over the present situation.
The Nagappa Hospital was called the Madhavachi Hospital in the past. I was born in that hospital. This was one of the best hospitals back then, and there were many doctors.
At least 2 doctors are required at this hospital, but there is only one medical officer at present. We made inquiries in this regard from the acting Divisional Health Services Director of the Anuradhapura district, Sarath Vikrama. He said that he was aware of the situation and that there were shortages in several other hospitals in the district as well. He went on to say that the relevant authorities have been informed about the situation. Well, the Polonnaruwa district is an area where wild elephant attacks take place frequently. As a result of this, those residing in many areas in the district have been severely inconvenienced. Yesterday, an incident was reported where a herd of elephants had entered the Alavakumbura Mahavidyalaya premises in Aralagangwila.
The forest reserve adjoining the Pimbuwattava reservoir is home to some 60 to 70 wild elephants. These elephants often wander into nearby villages. Last morning, the 3 elephants had entered the Alavakumbura Mahavidyalaya premises in Aralagangwila between 6 and 7 a.m. Around 800 children from the surrounding villages come to this school for their education. According to our correspondent, the 3 elephants were chased away by the parents and the school activities began 1 hour late. As the elephants did not return to the reserve, education activities at the school were conducted under the watchful eyes of the wildlife officials. Subsequently, the wildlife officials took measures to chase the elephants back into the forest.
Well, taking a look at one of our stories, well, the Minister of Health has decided to amend the Drugs Act so as to enable 1 year of imprisonment to those found violating the Act. Well, Director of the Cosmetic Devices and Drugs Control Authority, Dr. Hemantha Benragama, noted that the existing laws were inadequate, and owing to this, most pharmacy owners tend to breach many regulations. Well, still in local news, according to the police headquarters, a special investigation has been launched into the murder of a Canadian national in the north of the country. Police media spokesperson SP Ajit Rohana said that 4 police teams have been deployed for this purpose. The police media spokesperson said that investigations are being carried out under the supervision of the senior DIG of the Northern Province. SP Ajit Rohan added that various people have been questioned with regard to the murder and that forensic evidence too is being collected. He noted that the police are confident of a breakthrough in the near future. The victim, who has been identified as Anthony Pillai Mahindraraja, was found murdered in the north recently. According to the BBC, the property which he had in the area had been taken over by the LTTE some time back. The BBC added that Anthony Pillai Mahindraraja had arrived in the country to reacquire his property. Well, Deputy Minister of Economic Development Lakshmanya Abeyewardene says that developing the country is not a difficult task at present. The Deputy Minister added that the money spent on the war is now available for the country's development. Mr. Abeyewardene expressed this view at an event in Mathura.
අද ලියන්න කියන නිදහස තියෙනවා. මාධ්‍යයට නිදහස තියෙනවා. මේ ඔක්කොම නිදහස ලැබුණේ මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ ජනාධිපතිතුමාගේ.
Today there is freedom to write and speak. There is media freedom. All this freedom was obtained in the short period of 4 years under the rule of President Mahinda Rajapaksa. The problem which 4 state leaders could not solve, and when the country was in a helpless state, President Mahinda Rajapaksa took a clear decision. It is because of that decision that we have electricity and roads. 4,800 rupees was spent each second during the final stages of the war. This money is now available for development purposes.
රුපියල් 4800ක් යුද්ධයට වේදම් කරා. වේදම් කරපු සල්ලි අද ඉතුරු වෙලා තියෙනවා තමුන්නාස්ලාගේ වැඩට. දැන් මේ සංවර්ධනය කරන එක අමාරු නෑ.
The event was held to declare open an electricity project in the Havandaniya area in Athapattukanda in Mathura. The project, which is estimated to cost 14.2 million rupees, will supply electricity to around 70 families.
Well, the United National Party says that the people have been made helpless due to the loss of democracy and the rising cost of living. UNP General Secretary Tissa Attanayake expressed this view at a media briefing this morning.
The people in the country are under pressure due to the state of the economy. The state sector employees, the private sector employees and the working masses are continuing their struggle for a salary that they can live with. We have many issues with regard to democracy. Yesterday, the leader of the opposition decided to organize a campaign against the government during the months of June, July and August.
අපි කාරණා කීපයක් පදනම් කරගෙන ආණ්ඩුවට එරෙහි ව්‍යාපාරය ආරම්භ කරමු කියලා.
Well, Michelle Obama gave a pep talk yesterday to U.S. athletes who will be competing at the 2012 London Olympics while announcing a nationwide program to get more American children active.
The U.S. First Lady, who will lead the U.S. delegation to the opening ceremony of the July 27 to August 12 London Olympics, is hoping the American athletes will inspire children to get active as part of her Let's Move initiative.
I am beyond proud to be leading the U.S. delegation to the opening ceremonies in London this summer. And I want you to know that I'll be doing this both as First Lady, who is honored to represent my country, and I'll be doing it as a lifelong Olympic fan. See, one of my happiest memories center around watching the Olympic Games on TV when I was a little girl, cheering on Mary Lou and Nadia, and Carl Lewis, and so many others.
Speaking at the United States Olympic Committee's Media Summit, Obama announced a joint effort with the USOC and 10 sports federations to get 1.7 million American children not already involved in exercise programs to commit to beginner-level Olympic sports. USA Tennis, USA Track and Field and the US Soccer Federation are among the 10 national governing sports bodies hoping to engage hundreds of thousands of children in various programs by the end of the year. USA Swimming hopes to enroll 530,000 new Learn to Swim participants, while USA Cycling will offer free clinics and 30-day memberships to 350 BMX tracks around the country.
Before you become an Olympic athlete, you have a dream. This year, the world's most elite athletes and the MTV NBC network will share a dream of champions. The London 2012 Olympics on the Champion Network, MTV and NBC.
Well, with that, we wrap up this edition of Lunchtime News. I'll see you again at 1:55.